Wizard Wednesdays!
He was the wizard of 1,000 kings.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Wizard Wednesdays. I'm Jesse Frank, and I've got a little bitty one for you today. I hope you enjoy them. And please stick around to the end of the video where I'll be announcing this month's giveaway. Alright, so going with a little bitty one today. This is the first time I've ever done one, quite a whole one this small. He only stands a couple inches tall. So I start out with a rolled up piece of tin foil and then pop the shoulders on there. I'm kind of using I'm using a figure that I got as a little kid as a reference. You can see it in the bottom right hand corner, just by the Lazy Susan. I'm not really trying to copy it. I'm just trying to get an idea of it because I always thought it was cool, and I think that little thing's probably the main reason why I decided I want to do these little figures. So just blocking in the general outline here. It's so small that I'm not really doing things quite like I did the other times with doing a snake for each individual one. I'm more kind of squishing the clay around. I am doing a little bit. I'll add material where I need to, but for the most part, just putting the clay on there and then smushing it to where it needs to be. Trying to get in there where the clothes is bunching up against the belt, just to give it a little bit more of a convincing look. The clay is really soft. It was a little hard for me to get the kind of detail that I wanted on it. I don't know if I'll use this stuff for really small things like this much, but maybe I just need to get used to it is all. But the issue that I was running into is that when you pick it up like that, you squish it. And I suppose what I need to do is I need to actually make an armature that's kind of bolted down to something so I can hold it by the base. Man, I'll have to try that on the next one. I'm definitely gonna have to try it on the next one because the next one's gonna be a bigger one. So just continuing to give the squished clay around and give them the sleeve its look, so you can tell what it is. Putting in the collar back there. These little wizards are a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really happy too. I finally figured out what the issue was in my earlier videos with the strobing effect that was going, the horizontal lines that kept running down the video, and some of my lights were syncing with the frame rate on the video, so I changed to a different camera, and that helped a little bit because my one camera it only shoots in 60 frames a second. So evidently sometimes going to a slower frame rate helps. So I went down to 30, and that didn't really help. Well, it helped a little bit, but I finally discovered what it was. You can see that light bulb sitting right there. It was that light bulb was strobing slow enough to where it was syncing with the shutter rate and creating that effect, or artifact, I guess they call it. So if you're doing videos, make sure to get your lighting right. And but these other ones work pretty well, so I'm happy with that. And in fact, when I walked outside, I could darken everything at night, walk outside, and on the cheaper one, I got a 100-watt equivalent LED bulb from Walmart, and I could walk out of the room, kind of look at it out of the corner of my eye, and actually just barely see the whole room flickering. So it's tempting to get that $9 100-watt equivalent LED bulb, but don't, because it was also giving me headaches. So I could only work for a little bit at a time, and then I'd have to take a break and walk away. Everything's the same on this one as on the other ones in terms of getting the cheeks and everything and the lips in there. It is just smaller. If I'm going to continue to do small little things like this, I'm going to have to start using a pair of tweezers, because those little bitty snakes for the face and that sort of thing, when you're building up the cheekbones and the eyebrows and that sort of thing, there's no way for me to be able to handle them real easy. I could when I was a little kid, yay child labor, but now I just can't physically handle them because my fingers are too big. So once again, using that extruder, which I'm really enjoying, it's saving me a lot of time. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I want to do a lot more things in another material called epoxy sculpt, or Smooth On has a different version of it called Freeform. Yeah, they have a couple different versions of it. Freeform Habitat and Freeform Sculpt, and probably a couple other ones too. But they're 2-part epoxy putties, and you don't have to fire them like you do this stuff, the Super Sculpey, and they're a lot more durable. So this stuff is okay, but you don't want to handle it a whole lot or drop it, because it'll break. You can break the other stuff too. I have broken it, just kind of seeing how far I could take it, but it takes that other stuff is quite a bit stronger. The downside to it is that it's really soft. It's even softer than this stuff, and it's sticky. And I figured out something with the epoxy sculpt that helps a little bit with the stickiness, where you just mix a little cornstarch in with it, and that seems to take a lot of the stickiness out. So starting to actually look like something here. Got the nose in, got the mustache in, and he's actually starting to look like something. If I can open my window here. Yeah, doing a braided ponytail. So a good way to do the braids, I actually tried braiding the snakes. That didn't work at all. So all I'm doing now is I'll take maybe 3 of them on each side, depending on how, or more, just depending on how thick I want it to be. Twist one with a right hand twist one with a left hand twist, put them together, and it looks like they're braided. So now you see how I'm putting that piece of wire in there? That's to keep the hat on. Obviously it's to keep the hat on. And I wait to put it on until the brim's on, just so that whole thing sticks, because if it gets jarred a little bit, that there's kind of a lot of leverage at the tip of the hat, so a lot of that stuff can fall off. Just going back through and fixing up all the little details back there. I think I'm going to try to do a lot more of these smaller figures like this. They take a little while, but I can probably get it down to where I can do it pretty quick. That pretty much has it for this one. I hope you've liked it. And stick around. Please like, share, subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time.
All right, so that's it for this week. I hope you liked it. I sure had a good time, as always. And now to the giveaway. So please share the video. To those folks who do share the video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a person at random next Wednesday to receive the wizard that I sculpted today. So, so again, please like, share, subscribe. Again, I hope you like it. And we will see you next week. Never stop creating.